Hello and welcome to Doubles and Trebles. Just 2 weeks away now from the 2000 Guineas, the first classic of the season, a big one for me. So we're back with a bit of an update here. We had some trials last week at Newbury and Newmarket. What did we learn? Well, we didn't learn a whole lot really because those at the top of the market didn't run, all for quite different reasons. August Rodan is your 5-2 favourite now, as you can see on screen. Really strong favourite. I flagged in January on this channel that 11-2 about August Rodan at the time was probably too big, not to be getting carried away with anti-post bets at favourites 6 months before the race. But he's now at 5-2. That's probably too short. We haven't seen him since October. We're not going to see him until the gates open at Newmarket on May the 6th, the coronation day. I really like him. I think he's definitely the one to beat. But would you be backing him at 5-2 anti-post? Probably not. Chaldean was meant to run. He's the second favourite. He was meant to run at the weekend at Newbury. He was odds on, or just odds on, to win the green. And Frankie Dettori on. The gates opened and Chaldean shipped off Mr. Dettori. So yeah, that was the end of that race really. After a couple of seconds, he was deemed a runner. He came under starter's orders, and the gates opened, and off he came. I think what you have to note there is at Newbury, when you look at the incident closer, Chaldean was drawn in a section next to a break in the stalls, if you know what I mean, if you see what I mean. So I don't know, maybe there was the first 6 stalls, then there's a break where two sets of stalls joined together. So there was a slight break. Then Chaldean was next in line, and as they've opened, normally you would find a horse either side of him, and on this occasion, the horse to his right hand side was maybe 2 or 3 horse lengths away from him rather than right next to him because of that break in the stalls. Anyway, he shipped off, and Isaac Shelby won. Now Isaac Shelby, I don't think is even entered in the 2000 Guineas, so he won't be running. And the winner of the Greenham is likely to go to France. That's Isaac Shelby, last year's superlative winner at Newmarket. So that's Chaldean. We learnt virtually nothing from Chaldean, and the fact that he was even running in the Greenham suggested that he was ready to go. Might have needed the prep run, and he's not got that now. Although he did finish the race, if you like. He did run the course without a jockey on. So he's had a bit of a workout himself, but obviously not under the circumstances they would have liked. So that's Chaldean. He's unmoved at 11-2. No change there. A couple of things to note from the Greenham was those that did not run in the race. That's Sakia, who's in there at 8-1, as you can see, and Noble Style 14-1. They didn't run because of the ground, and that's really disappointing, really, because they were 2 horses that last year only ran over 6 furlongs. So in the eyes of the punter, or me, they needed to run to prove that they could get 7, or maybe get 7 with a view to the Guineas. But now we're not going to know if the likes of Sakia and Noble Style and Little Big Bear get a mile until they try the mile for the first time in the Classic. So it's a bit of a guessing game there for punters. There's 3 horses there that did really nice stuff at 2 years old. Little Big Bear winning a Group 1, Noble Style and Sakia winning Group 2s a piece, but we just don't know if they're going to stay, and it's pays your money, you takes your chance really. But from my punting point of view, I would like to know more about more horses before I put my money on this too. There's quite a lot of unknowns, and those 3 are the unknowns. Little Big Bear got a mention there, and August Rodan. They were always going to go straight to the Guineas. That is the way Aidan O'Brien conducts his business with Guineas horses. Also on the list there, you can see the likes of Silver Knot, another one that's going straight there for Godolphin. He's going straight to the Guineas. It'll be interesting to see which horse William Buick rides. Will it be Noble Style? Will it be Silver Knot? Because what you would have to say from the Craven that we're going to come on to is that the Godolphin horse in there, Mysterious Night, was disappointing. He went off 15-8. Charlie Appleby told us a couple of days before the Craven that Mysterious Night is probably a little bit down the pecking order, behind Silver Knot, behind Noble Style, and he might not get the track. And he was right, because Mysterious Night went off 15-8 favourite for the Craven. 7 runners, finished last. So while we're on the Craven, we'll talk about the winner, Indestructible. He went off 8-1 for the Craven. He's now in as short there as 20-1 top price for the Guineas. He will be going there. First run for Cole Burke. He got Indestructible last year, transferred over from the Michael O'Callaghan yard, something that Ammo Racing aren't bothered about doing. They're quite open to transferring horses around from different trainers, and this seems to have worked a treat. First start for Cole Burke, first ride for Kevin Stott, wins the Craven in good style by over a length. There wasn't a lot in the Craven, was there? I've already said that the Godolphin horse Mysterious Night blown out. Everything else behind the likes of Dancing Magic, Ancestral Land, Mosta Bashir. They're 100 to 1 for the Guineas and may not even run. Second in the Craven, the Foxers, I thought was really quite interesting. He's not entered in the Guineas, and he definitely is going to want further. I thought the Foxers ran a lovely race in the Craven behind Indestructible, and I would have my eye on him for the Derby, as a matter of fact. That's the Foxers. Also want to mention as well, towards the bottom of the list that you see on screen there is Canberra Legend. He won the Fielden last week at Newmarket, which is a race over 9 furlongs. So not usually a Guineas step or a Guineas trial, but he could run in the Guineas. He might not. Connections to be decided, but he's between 20 and 33 to 1. He won the Fielden in nice enough style, you would have to say, for James Ferguson, who had a good week himself. And there's some decent yardsticks in behind there. Killybegs Warrior ran a lot of decent races last year. Bold Act Godolphin ran pretty well in there as well. Roger Varian had a nice one in second. That's in the field, and so normally a stepping stone towards longer distance races like the Derby, but Canberra Legend could run in the Guineas, and it would be interesting if doing so. So it's still a lot of questions rather than answers last week, unfortunately for us, particularly with what happened in the Greenham itself. And talking about the Greenham winner, Isaac Shelby, mentioned earlier, he'll be on his way to France. So where would the money be going right now? I think Silver not solid, I think William Buick could ride him, a Group 1 or Grade 1 winner over in America as a 2-year-old. I think he's going under the radar, Silver Knight. He's 16 to 1 there. I don't think Noble Style will stay. I'm not sure Royal Scotsman will stay. I'm also not sure that Sakia will stay, but I think he is special. I do really like Sakia. Will he stay to win the Guineas? Not sure, but I think he's really, really talented, and he's a lovely, lovely horse. I can't wait to see Sakia. And like I say, it was a disappointment that we didn't get to see him in the trial last week, but plenty to look forward to in the 2000 Guineas. A similar video to this on the 1000 is to follow. But thanks for tuning in. Keep leaving your comments. Who you backing? Love to see the comments. Plenty in there. Who you backing for the Guineas? Let me know, and we'll speak soon.